What is up, everybody? We are live. It is Friday morning, and it is a rainy day here in Pittsburgh. How you doing today, Nate?
I'm low under the weather, but we're trying to fight through it. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, you know what? It's a good day in Pittsburgh because Anderson Varejao is back. I feel like me and you and this entire community willed that into existence, and because of that, I'm a happy man.
Yeah, I'm still really surprised they brought him back and everything. But that's cool, man, that they brought him back and for to the end of the season, and that's one of your favorite guys.
Heck yeah,
back in the fold.
Definitely, man. So outside of not feeling good, man, what else is new in your world? Anything?
Well, not too much, man. Just same old. Waiting for cards back from PSA and hopefully get another express order back here next week. But other than that, kind of slow moving, of course, and just hoping PSA opens up grading submissions again soon.
Yeah, I've been meaning to want to ask you about that actually in regards to PSA, like with what they put out the other day that they were catching up and yada yada yada. Like, to me, like, that was kind of encouraging because I wasn't expecting them to be like anywhere near as caught up as they were saying they were. But what's your take on that? Like, what do you think kind of is going to happen there?
I'm looking at I'll share my screen real quick just so I can show everybody what I see. So if you go on the PSA page, you see there's updated communications, and you scroll down just a little bit. This will show their complete through date. Now, complete through date means they finished everything that got entered, not received, but entered these dates. So if you see like Express, they're getting pretty close. So I see a little bit of gain here, but like for economy, this has been slow moving. I have one submission here that I had entered back in October, and they've moved only a few days, and that's been after a few weeks. I've been just double checking, triple checking. Kind of the same with the Ultra and the Modern. So it's very slow moving. It's for them to come out with that type of statement. I think it's more or less like, hey, like don't keep submitting to all these different companies. We're going to come back and be open. But for them to say like, oh, we're just catching right up. I mean, honestly, like and I'm a huge PSA guy. I'm not a big believer in what they said there, unless with this them acquiring that company, they have something that's going to really kind of add fuel to the fire and kind of help move some of the stockpile. So I mean, I read that report too. They said they had over 1,000 people employed now, which is, I guess, their all-time high or whatever the case is. But I'm not seeing much movement other than Express. And I've had one order already come back from Express that was entered February 22nd, and then my other one was March 18th. So it's in steps. Quality check 2, which is like the last step for the ship. So I hopefully should see this next week.
Yeah. I want to say what's up to a few people. Debs is in the house. Good to see you, Debs. Always wonderful. Tell Lee I said hello as well. Steven, what is up, my bud? We got Thua in the house. Good morning. Joel says his stuff is not moving really. Ours really isn't either. Has ours moved like at all? Like even like the first order?
No, I mean, like, let me see if I can look real quick. Whenever they go and like to grading and stuff like that, what they do is they instantly go to ID.
Yeah.
Like the first step. And then, eventually they'll move to grading, which they'll sit there and sit there forever. Our first submission that we ever sent, value, it's still on ID in research, which means they're making sure each card is, whatever, I labeled it sending it in was sent in correctly, that it's in their system correctly, that the cards are all authentic, that they're not any fake cards or anything like that that we sent in. So that's what they do for the first step, and then they go into the grading side of everything. So they're not even, and this is from one of our orders from December that we sent in and got entered February 11th. It's still saying, that it's in step 3, which is research and ID.
So Crescent Vale has a question regarding Beckett. Do you happen to know how many business days it takes once a submission has made it to their queue? So yeah, there's their updated business days and stuff here. So it depends on what level you sent your submission in. The one I've been sending has been economy, which as you can see is literally taking 10 plus months. So basically you're sending it away for a year. If you're sending it standard, but you're paying a little bit more, you're literally still sending 7+ months. So for me, like I was like, okay, well, if it's still going to be 7+ months, I'll just save a little bit and send it for the 10+. But if you do send express or premium, as you can see, you're going to get it back considerably faster. 15 business days express, and then premium is 10 to 15 days. So that's their current turnaround for BGS. Which at least they're being transparent with it, that it's going to take forever. You know what I mean? That's why I've only sent like small amounts out to them, because they're still expensive. You know what I mean? $35 a card at that. You know what I mean? Which compared to what PSA or even SGC is charging right now, it's not a whole lot. Got Mike in the house. What is up, my guy? He says he sent cards in January 28th. He got them back in 2 months. What level did you send him, Mike? Did you send it in Express or something like that?
Yeah, that's what mine was for Express. It was 2 months right on the nose from the date it was sent. Actually, it was like 2 months and 10 days from the day they actually received it to the day that they shipped it.
So, my guy, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to the Nashville Flippers. Did we get lucky today? I did not. My buddy Marty found some, select blaster boxes this morning. He pulled a die-cut, like, blue Joe Burrow that was, like, insane. And then he got, like, a silver Mahomes on top of it. It was nasty. Okay, you sent regular and economy. Okay, nice. Dallas Cowboys fan, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. All the way from Cali.
Yeah, with their regular orders right now, they're at February 9th. It's like the step right below Express.
Nice. So then you guys who have been sending regular should start seeing some stuff popping.
Definitely.
I know that even like with the wave, CSG right now is getting slammed. Like they were, last I checked, like a month and a half behind in like even opening up packages and stuff that they've received because they've gotten so much stuff. But on the flip side, like their resale value is actually looking really good. Like Marty's been looking into it, and he's telling me that he's finding it like nestling right in between kind of like SGC and BGS as far as like where its value is like initially, which that's pretty sick for them being like a pretty new company. So like I was real happy to hear that, being that we got 3 bulk submissions there already.
Yeah, it's a nice little sweet spot, especially for the price.
Yep. Yeah, Crescent Bell said it took 195 days to make it to the queue. They charged my card, wondering after that step, how long have you seen it? How long did it take after they charged your card, Nate?
PSA, they don't charge you till it's done. Yeah, they don't charge you till literally like, the grades are in and they're ready to ship, and then you pay, and then literally you see your grades the second you pay after that. I don't know about any other companies. I've always sent in stuff to PSA.
See, that's how a lot of the companies I'm dealing with now kind of do it. Like BGS, you pay whenever it's ready. CSG, you pay when it's ready. I also used to like, dealing with like SGC where you pay up front. They just take the money from you. You know what I mean? That was, for me, that was a little bit easier to deal with like on a group level. But I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter.
It's nice, especially on like economy orders or normal orders that you're
Yep.
sending in. You're waiting 6 to 9 months or whatever for, and you know what I mean. You don't have money just kind of out there type thing.
Yep. That's awesome, man. Got a Select Mega and some UFC Prism. Chris is in the house. What up, dude? Good to see you, my man. Chris, dude, I want to have you on, man, because I want to do this international like collecting thing where we talk about like stuff from different countries' perspectives, dude. So I definitely want to have you on and showcase you. So Joel's asking, how do we feel about UFC Prism and F1 Topps Chrome? You want to touch that first? Or you want me to?
Good, you can touch on it.
Okay, I like UFC Prism a lot, just because I feel like the contact sports, if that's what you'd call it, like the wrestling, the boxing, the UFC, I think a lot of that stuff is definitely on the rise right now. So I really like UFC Prism. I think that it's if you can get into it, it's definitely got some people that are after it, as far as like resellability. F1, I don't know enough about. I'm pretty sure that's racing, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah. I just don't know enough about it. I do know that racing cards are popular, just like any other, sport. So I'm down with pretty much any kind of, card, as long as there's like a market for it and there's people collecting it, I'm for it.
Main thing too is Prism and Topps Chrome. Those are the ones people want. Just like in basketball and with baseball, Topps Chrome and stuff like that. So if you are going to collect something, collecting one of those two companies, you can't really go wrong with.
Yep, absolutely.
Have you seen any different UFC or anything out in the wild?
You know what? I really haven't, to be honest with you. It's weird. You used to see that all the time at Walmart. Like you'd see all wrestling, like the Mandalorian cards, like all that like weird stuff. But it's like I actually haven't seen it recently. I haven't necessarily been looking for it either.
I think with packs like fetching like such primo dollars anymore, like people will grab up everything off the shelves, and even if they make $5 or $6 a transaction or whatever, they'll keep doing it because it's kind of easy money. In other words, because everyone's trying to buy up everything.
Yeah.
Because like I found a pack of Topps Finest wrestling cards once, and I just bought it to rip, and the card sold that I got. So
yep.
Absolutely,
man. Dude, for the longest time, that's all I could find was wrestling cards. So like I literally went on a quest to try to find one of them Kiss cards, and I still haven't found that dang Kiss, man. Apparently it's like one of the hardest cards to pull, but man, I must have ripped like probably 100 of those like WWE Here Now and Forever packs or whatever the heck they were.
Must be like a court side of like the select, like
pretty much, dude.
Variation.
Well, the cool thing about it is it's like literally like the real like lipstick and kiss of like one of their like women's wrestlers, and then they autograph the lips, which is like super cool. So like that was one that I was like chasing pretty hard, but I will get one. You can go on eBay and buy like a crappy one for like $50, but like I wanted to pull one. You know what I mean? It's just like one of those experiences, especially when you can get like the clearance packs for like $2.99. You know what I mean? It's like I'm still technically chasing one, but I can't even find the wrestling packs now to try to get one. So it's become a lot harder.
I was happy with the pull auto out of the one that I pulled. I was happy with just to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Joe, I agree. People are scooping everything up. Like at first, I was able to find I think it was like Donruss NASCAR or something like that, and then the next time I went to go see what they had, literally that wasn't even there anymore.
Yeah, I know, Steven. Like I got 2 packs of Select last week, and that was like the first packs I've had in months. It was like crazy. And today, like the Target near me, like Marty's already been there, and they were literally they were packed at 8 a.m. and they didn't even have basketball cards come in this week. So basically, he said he wasn't even able to get to football because football was like cleared out before he even got up there this time. So like literally, it was like baseball, and like that was it.
I wish they would just like instead of just dropping them off at stores like this, they would just have like, you know, like an online thing where like if they ran out of stock or whatever, like you got in queue almost, like so everyone could get a shot at getting packs, because it kind of hurts the hobby as a whole, because you know the younger generation and stuff like that, they can't find packs, they're not going to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on them. So you know, but I mean I understand it from the money side of things, like you know people can sell and make money, but you know, for like a person like myself, I can't ever get anything at all. Like my Walmart doesn't do the, you know, one product or whatever. They just literally just have it all out, and it usually goes like the second it's there, and they don't even have like an end cap for it really at all because of how it goes. So
yeah,
it's almost like Fridays are like the camp Walmart Target days, and like. You know, I'm not going to run out to Walmart and Target, especially not my local one, because they're going to sell it all to the first 2-3 people. And then I don't even have, you know, wasted all that time. And then I go to work right after that. So it would really stink, man.
yeah. I don't mind going like on Friday, but I don't go like in the beginning because like I don't like standing in the line because there's so many people that are, you know, rude and belligerent and just like nasty. You know, when they're trying to get certain products or whatnot. Plus, you only get one thing. So last week I was able to go at 11 because I had a nice restock, and I was still able to get what I wanted. You know, I had my choice. I could have gotten Select or I could have gotten Prism. But I went to Select because I just knew that the packs were hitting much nicer. So I figured there was a better chance of me getting a card that would be more significant out of those packs. So I ended up grabbing Select last week. But, I mean, really that should be the way it is if, you know, they're going to have it limited to one per pack. You know what I mean? There should still theoretically a couple hours later still be, you know, at least a pack of something to pick up.
Yeah, like literally, like it's like people are bringing friends, neighbors, you know, lost relatives or whoever, and they're stocking a truck and just pulling up and beep beep. All right, everyone, we need one pack of this, that, and if there's nothing else, just grab whatever's left.
Yep.
And they literally just, you know, stockpile the store. I mean, from a standpoint from Walmart and Target, I wouldn't be surprised if those people either A, started upcharging even more for the packs because of all the craziness they're going through, or B, just kind of end or upcharge more to the Panini.
Yep. I want to say what's up to Cardinals fan. Appreciate you being here.
What up?
I feel you, Chris, man. If I ever come into like decent retail, man, I'll hit you up and give you the hookup. But it's like super hard here to even find like anything beyond one. There was like a while there where I was like consistently getting 2 packs a week, but that like hasn't happened in a while. Zygon Tiger, good to see you. Appreciate you being here.
What up? Yeah, the whole Friday thing stinks too, because it's like everyone takes off or sets their day and knows for sure, like, all right, it's coming Friday. Yep. You know, instead of before, like it would be random days where you just had to check and had to be there. And if you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't. But yeah, I mean, now it's basically almost near impossible unless like, you know, you're there at 6 o'clock in the morning, like literally camping out with a tent like Black Friday.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Joel, I actually agree. Like, I honestly think Panini, they'd be so smart to just do like a subscription service where like literally you just pay them for, you know, either weekly service or a monthly service where they'll just send you packs or whatever. You know what I mean? Because I think the big box retailers like the Walmarts and the Targets, they're going to get sick of this because it's causing them extra work, extra stress, actual physical danger. You know what I mean? To carry the product where they're not making a percentage off of the sale. They're basically running the space. Like if you were to have a, a gas station. You know what I mean? And Snyder Lay's comes up and say, hey, we're going to stick our potato chips up there. We're just going to rent that space and we'll come and we'll stock them every week for you so that there's more potato chips for people to buy. So that's literally like what they're getting out of it. So it's like not that lucrative of a deal for them. So in my opinion, like if I'm one of those big box retailers, I'm not really trying to continue to put up with all of this, nonsense personally.
Yeah, that and just more employees to have to basically like make sure there's order or have like security or police actually be there. Like that's a lot to have just for 30-minute spawn of cards and then poof they're gone and then but you have to deal with all the nonsense before they come. But if they did like some type of like random lottery for being able to get product or some type of I hate the like once it's gone because there's bots out there that that basically you can like snipe product off websites and stuff like that. But like if they had some type of like lottery where you like literally signed up and says, hey, I would like this product, and then you have a chance for a drawing. If you have a chance to win, I think that would be honestly the most fair and like the best for the hobby, honestly. If they would go to maybe like a subscription thing, that would probably make them want to go to more or less like overprint even more, which would make things worse for us all, to be honest.
I mean, honestly, it's almost kind of like pay to play with them, because if you say like a box is getting released, like they do like a reverse auction on their website for like a lot of the stock, where basically it starts off at like a huge amount and then like every couple minutes it'll drop until it completely sells out. I want to say what's up to Harley. Appreciate you being here, my man. Yeah, it's super hard to find sleeves and top loaders and stuff here too. I typically go to the local card shops, but I've noticed like even them, they've had to start charging more and more just to, I guess cover the cost of them. Whereas they used to be like $2 a pack, $3 a pack, something like that. Now they're, good $5-6 a pack.
I know top loaders. I heard a couple people talking about they're like gold to find and stuff like that. But two people that I buy stuff off of in the card community is Eloy the Goat and Papa J. I've been buying supplies through them. So
I mean, I love Eloy. He's the man. But when we're talking about the goat, bah. I'm just kidding, guys. Please don't stone me. But I legit, this Sunday, I'm going to the Cavs versus the Mavs, and I'm going to be holding up a sign that says Verjau's the GOAT, because they re-signed him. That's my dude. So I'm going to go represent.
That'll be awesome.
But yeah, I mean, those top loaders are hard to get. I was talking with a couple LCS owners, and they told me like the reason top loaders are so rare is because they literally have to get like put together by hand. So like that's what slows up the production, and with basically the demand growing at such a rapid pace, you know what I mean? They pretty much weren't able to keep up with it by, I guess doing it by hand or whatnot. Stacy's in the house. Good to see you. Appreciate you being here.
You gotta figure like the card community kaboomed and like 100x. So if you're used to making 1,000 top loaders, just to say a month, and then the demand goes to like 2 million a month, it's gonna send shockwaves throughout all things of how you do things.
Yeah. This is bad, but I'm literally getting ready to go on the Market Movers and look up Anderson Varejao, because I want to see how much his card jumped from going from being out of the NBA to back with the Cavs.
I'm gonna say there might be a little uptick, probably, maybe.
I will most likely be hitting some LCSs in Cleveland. On the way there, there's a sports card show. It's actually going on today too. Today, Saturday, and Sunday at, I want to say South Park Mall, or one of the malls in Youngstown, Ohio. There's a sports card show, so I'm gonna hit that up. From what I understand, they have 35 tables, so I'm gonna hit that up on my way out there, because I'm gonna be spending the entire day in Cleveland tomorrow as well, because My buddy Deafness45 is having a 24-hour live stream there. And so I'm going to go hang out the 24-hour stream. And then tomorrow, I'm going to go to the game and let the world know that Anderson Varejão's the GOAT.
Dude, I'd bring some cards and get him autographed. I'm sure if he's seen the sign, they'd pull you courtside, like, here, sign some cards for this guy.
Dude, this is a Pop 1 Anderson Varejão RPA. It's numbered out of 25, but it's the only PSA 10.
Nice.
It's like literally one of my favorite cards.
That'll probably be going for top dollar in the Brazilian market.
You know, he is like the pride of Brazil. Can you imagine? There's probably parades in the streets right now. Dude, when the Cavs IG said one of Cleveland's favorite sons has returned, like, I popped so hard in my heart for him. It was like literally one of the most joyous moments of my life. It was like when I first saw the Steelers win the Super Bowl for the first time. And then when I saw the Cavs win a championship for the first time, it was like up there with that.
I couldn't believe they re-signed him, and I knew you were going to be super, super, like, jazzed about it. So,
dude, when Marty sent me a link, I thought like I was getting trolled. I was like, "No, are you serious? Did you really bring him back?" Oh, come on, you gotta tell me he's in here. I'm gonna have to send a personal letter to the sports card investor and ask him to add Anderson Varejão into market movers.
Like, how do you not have this?
This card has probably gone up 500% in the last couple of days. But yeah, I mean, honestly, a part of me kind of expected that. I'm not gonna lie, but part of me's kind of sad too.
I mean, in defense of your boy Varejão, you know, they definitely need to put more effort adding names into market movers.
I think they have over 10,000 in there, which is like insane. I think like anything that's really investable, like, because let's be honest, like, I probably like Varejão more than Varejão's mama likes Varejão, and I don't think he's an investable player. But I don't know. Yes, exactly, Cajun. It's gone from 1 penny to 5 cents. And that's how you get rich, doing that a million times over.
So I typed in Anderson Varejão in eBay, and I looked at solds, and there was a RPA that same one you have, but it's not graded. It sold for $10. And then I scroll down and I see original Anderson Varejão Cleveland Cavs headband wig, $12.99.
Oh, dude, I got to show you the best thing Marty showed me the other day.
Then there's one brand new in the bag that sold for $23. So the wig market for Varejão right now is going through the roof.
Dude, like, wait till you see this thing. Marty literally was like, dude, I'm going to buy this for you, and it's going to be amazing. I'm gonna share it on StreamYard so I can pop it up on the screen for everybody. This is going to be epic, guys. So this is like a real thing that somebody made, and it just makes me happy that it exists. Where the heck is the thing I downloaded? There we go.
What's up, Cajun?
What's up, Cajun? Flipping sports guy, what up, my man?
What up?
All right, so this is a legitimate blanket. Like, Marty sends me this the other day, and he's like, I'm going to buy this for you because I know you are the biggest Varejão fan. Could you see, like, coming over to my house and, like, that's my comforter on my bed?
that looked exactly like the headband that I found.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like the OG Cavs headband with like his like wig, but like that would be like a mane that you would like lay on.
Oh, like make a blanket out of it, you mean?
Yeah, that is a blanket. That's what that is. That's like a big blanket, bro.
You sure?
Yeah, positive.
I'm looking at exact picture and it says headband wig.
Yep. Well, yeah, that's what it is. It looks like a wig headband, but it's a blanket.
Oh. That's
yeah,
weird.
it's meant to look like his wig and headband, but it's supposed to like fit your entire bed. So yeah, that's a real thing, and people are actually buying it, which is kind of cool.
The market is definitely went up on his stuff for fans showing support.
You know, Chris, it's my guy, man. Chris is like, who would use that as a blanket? I don't know. I think this guy might. You know what? If you would like cover up Nate's face and put a headband over his beard, it would almost look the same.
Yeah, he got a little curl. Mine's a little straight.
Yep.
Well, straight-ish compared to that.
Yep. Yeah, dude, he's 38, man. This is like his like swan song season, man. Yep, I'm pretty sure this is like the very end. I think he's going to retire after this year.
Yeah, most guys, they come in, they do like a day contract with Anderson Verjao. They said, listen, guy, you can come in and play the rest of the year. How about that? Yeah.
He's been playing in Brazil this whole time, Cajun.
What up, Frank?
Hey, Frank, good to see you, man. Yeah, he's been a big star over in Brazil. Not only on the court, but with the ladies as well.
This was pretty cool. Like even players that end up leaving the NBA, like the Stephon Marbury's and stuff like that. They'll go play overseas and they'll play for years upon years and still play the game that they love and stuff like that, which is cool.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's tons of guys like even after they're like not good enough to be in the NBA anymore that go back to foreign countries and play, till they're like 40, like sometimes even later, which is pretty cool because there's a market for it all over the world, especially in some of these other countries.
Oh yeah. I mean, China's huge, with basketball and stuff like that. So them getting a professional NBA player to come over and play overseas, Stephon Marbury is a decent player. I wouldn't say superstar, but he was always a pretty good player and made all-star games and stuff like that from time to time. And then he ended up just taking his talents and going over there, and he's almost like the Jordan of China over there, man. Like they have, I think, a statue of him and stuff like that, I think.
What's up, Mike? Good to see you, my man. Appreciate you being here, dude.
Yeah, Yager's like 90, still playing hockey.
Dude, and his cards are spiking again, bro.
Really?
Yeah. I'm so glad I started picking up some Yager. I got one in with you, I believe.
Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah.
And then I got a PSA 9 like sitting like right under my desk.
I think that Yager was in the first submission you sent me.
Oh, that's awesome, Mike. Sent a Tom Brady Bowman rookie in last week's submission. That's sick. All right, man, you take it easy. Have a great day. Appreciate you hanging out with us this morning. So what do you think of Justin Jefferson and CeeDee Lamb? Personally, I like them both. I think that Lamb is definitely going to see an increase in value with a healthy Dak Prescott. You know what I mean? Like I think that can only help him. And I honestly, like, Dak made a believer out of me last year before he got hurt. He really did. I talked a little bit of crap on Dak in the preseason, but mainly it was because Nate drafted him in fantasy football.
Dude, he was my rival. Rushing. He was rushing. If I had him for the whole year, I would have won by a landslide. I would have never even lost the game. Like that's how bad it would have been for.
You still ended up winning that league, didn't you?
Yeah, but I mean, like I can't remember now, but what's it called? Man, like I probably would have gave you a good run for yours. You had a better team versus mine in the other league you won in. If I had Dak, it might have been trouble because he was putting up like 30 points a game, like minimum. like every game, and then boom, he had his leg like literally break in half. And but they said he's he's ready and looking good. Like for the start of the season, from what I understand. So that's great news for any Cowboy fans or investors like myself who have a little Dak Prescott stashed away. I have a card I need to send to Beckett. Actually, I just remembered one of his select rookies that I need to send in and actually get graded. That got raw reviewed as a 9.5.
Nice.
Yeah, I think Lamb is definitely a player that I would probably hold. Jefferson, probably not, just because of the Vikings' overall team success. I think that holds a lot, with the market and stuff like that, especially with a receiver. He might have a good year, but, his prices might not hit the same if, say, Lamb is second or third behind him or whatever in stats, but the Cowboys were like 13-3 or 12-4 or whatever the case is. So I might sell on Jefferson type.
Yeah, I mean, I like him too. Like I like both of them guys.
Yeah.
I think they can both have a step forward. I think Lamb is probably set up to do that better with a healthy Dak Prescott. But I don't know, man. Like for me, it's just super hard to ignore a lot of these young receivers, man, that are just kind of starting to take the league by storm. But one guy I think you need to keep an eye out for is this one too, Mr. Claypool. Dude's sick.
Of course, me and you are big Steelers fans. I like Chase Claypool a lot, but if Ben leaves, what does his stats look like, though?
It just depends on what we get at quarterback, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I mean, look at what Kelvin. Well, Kelvin had Stafford most of his career, so I can't really say look at Kelvin Johnson. But
yeah,
I think Claypool's going to be productive either way. But I definitely think that without Ben, that's going to definitely hurt his production unless we can pull somebody else in that's decent. But I don't really see the Steelers moving on from Ben and being like, okay, we're going to have Mason Rudolph be our quarterback now. Like, I just don't see that being a realistic opportunity.
Yeah, I would think more or less like if that's the case, where we have Mason or hopefully Dwayne Haskins, comes out and really shows he deserves to be in the league.
It's very biased, Cajun. That's just like me saying get Okoro. Those are my guys.
But with us having our defense that we have and the running back we just selected and Harris, you know what I mean? I can see us almost turning into, a run first or run majority, kind of game manager quarterback until we find something. But if that's the case, that's going to hurt Claypool, you know what I mean? But, this year, if you have any type of, any Chase Claypool, I would hold on to him because, if Ben has any type of year like last year or better, and we have, a longer run into the playoffs, his cards could really hit because I think he's going to definitely have a bigger piece of the offense. I mean, he's such an amazing athlete in his size and speed and everything. I was surprised the first 80-yard touchdown he had. I was shocked that he could run that fast because they were almost comparing him as almost like a tight end whenever he was drafted. And I'm thinking, well, why did Pittsburgh draft a tight end when we needed a receiver so bad? And then, come to find out he runs like a 4.3, 4.4 or something like that. And runs like a deer. So, man, like once he gets rolling, man, he has his long strides and he just gets out on people.
PMN, I was in SCG Hobby. It's located, that one was in Indiana, PA. They also have one in Latrobe, and they have one other one. I don't remember where that is because I haven't been to that one yet. But yeah, the one I was at yesterday was in Indiana, PA. So yeah, Joel says we need to get Gardner. That'd be cool. Little Minshew action. And then Joel Kaplan wants to know, what do we think of Haskins? I already like him better than Mason Rudolph, but that's not really hard.
I don't. I don't think he deserved to get benched in Washington. You know what I mean? Like, I think it was more or less his off the field stuff and kind of his head state of where he was as a professional, and hopefully coming to a program like Pittsburgh where he can kind of mature a little bit and maybe understand, like, hey, this game isn't just handed over to you, and superstar, everything with it doesn't just come to you. You know what I mean? You have to earn it. So hopefully, having all that said, that he comes in, plays a lot better, because I mean, it wasn't bad for Washington. Washington didn't have a lot of stars. They had that really, they had that one good young receiver and Gibson, that rookie running back. But other than that, they really didn't have a lot of talent on the offensive side. And I mean, he was doing okay.
Yeah, definitely.
So you have a team like we have with a good defense where, they're not going to be down buried within the 20-yard line every time. And, weapons all over the place, especially like we're just saying with Chase, and new running back. I mean, this guy could be the limit. I mean, he has a ton of potential to be that guy, especially moving forward, next year.
Dude, I would love to see him resurrect his career. You know what I mean? Like, even like Ben is taking guys like, for example, first round guys that would be considered busts, like a Byron Leftwich, and made him like a serviceable quarterback. You know what I mean? Like, Byron never really went on to, be a number one quarterback again, but he like played serviceably for the Steelers, in Ben's stead.
Yeah.
So, maybe, with Haskins being even younger, and having a little bit more upside, in my opinion, maybe we'll see the same thing, hopefully.
Okay, he says, what if what happens at the end of last year continues, you're in trouble? I doubt that will happen unless, basically Harris gets hurt or whatever. I think they really had a long sit down with Ben this year and was like, listen, we're not going to throw the ball 90 times this year. And plus, he was coming off an elbow,
Have you heard of Will Plummer, Nate?
Negative.
Yeah, I don't know who Will Plummer is either. What up, Hey Fu, though? I appreciate you being here. I am definitely interested in SGC5 Bradshaw. Just let me know what you're looking for. Maybe we can come to some kind of trade or agreement or something. All about the real TB12. Okay, good question, Joseph. So he says, thoughts on Rodgers to Miami, 4 number ones and Tua rumor. What's your thoughts on that? Personally, if I'm Miami, I'm not giving that up, because I don't think they have enough. They wouldn't have enough around Rodgers to like be successful. Like, honestly, I'd rather have Tua and 4 number one picks to build around. But I mean, I understand the logic. Rodgers is literally like one of the best quarterbacks in the game. You know what I mean? But he's 37 years old, and you would literally have like no draft capital to do anything with for like probably the next 4 seasons. So I don't know. I mean, I don't like it. Like, personally, like a team that's like win now, like they just need to insert like a good quarterback, and it's like, dang, they're winning a Super Bowl like the Bucks did with Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Like, if he could find that kind of situation, kind of like coming to Pittsburgh, but I don't know. What do you think, Nate? I mean, I would love to see him get traded and something big happen, just because I think that's fun and that's like good for the league. But I don't know. Then you'd have Tua versus Love. That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
if I'm Green Bay, I take that offer. I definitely take that offer. Like, so you're going to give me Tua, and you're going to give me 4 first-round picks? Sure. Tua, meet Devontae. Devontae, meet Tua. Like, let's do this.
Yeah, I think they would, Green Bay would almost have to do that deal. You know what I mean? Like, you get a young rookie, and then, if one of them doesn't pan out in Green Bay, you have the other, hopefully, that will pan out. So, you have 2 young quarterbacks that will, be in your, graces for next, 3 years or so, 4 years. I think first-round picks are good for the first 5. So, I mean, you got 4 more years on both. All the first-round picks would be great for Green Bay to jumpstart their, add more pieces on offense, which Aaron Rodgers has been screaming from the mountaintops for the past 5 years to try and get more pieces on offense. And I mean, if you're Green Bay, you must have to do that. And from what I've heard, Aaron Rodgers is not going to play with the Green Bay Packers this year. So, which it stinks for me because I have a express PSA order coming back with an Aaron Rodgers rookie card, which if it doesn't 10, I don't know what will ever 10 in PSA. So bad timing for me, especially if it comes next week. But yeah, I mean, I don't think he's going to go to Miami. I don't think that kind of works out. Like if he was going to go to the Patriots or something like that, where he's going to be the starter for the next 2-3 years. Then they have Mac Jones to kind of, bring up and kind of understand the offense type thing, and, you see how New England is. They don't always need a lot of talent to win. And they've made a lot of moves in the offseason more than ever on free agency. So I would think it would be something like that where, or somebody like that, where they're just missing that quarterback and have all the other pieces around to win right now. Like Pittsburgh would be a fantastic move. I would trade Big Ben and 2 or 3 first-round picks to have Aaron Rodgers for the next 3 years. I would do that in a snap, and instantly we're Super Bowl favorites. Instantly. Like top dogs, like no doubt.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. Do you think Rodgers will get moved, though, before the start of the season?
Either that or he'll be on Jeopardy.
Mm-hmm.
They said that he did a fantastic job on Jeopardy and he enjoyed it and everything like that. So those guys make good money. I think he makes he would make $10 million to sign there and do that. So, I mean, it's not $30 million a year like he's making in the NFL or whatever, but for a guy that can literally work the next 20 years and be on TV and be in the face of households all over or whatever, I mean, it's pretty tempting. That's for sure.
Yep. I'm typing my email in the chat there for you, PMN. Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that Bradshaw. Definitely one card that I would like to have as faux show.
Yeah, it would have to be something like that where, basically a team is ready to win. Even like the Saints, that they don't have Breeze anymore. They always have a pretty good defense. They have a lot of offensive firepower. They would be another place that would be a good move. Yeah. Occasion, he's like he would like that.
Heck yeah. Nope. I mean, dude, I think any team would like it. And Aaron Rodgers, it'll be pretty similar to the Bucs being like, yeah, we just got it. We just got Tom Brady. It's like, we feel like invincible now.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of reports from like Anthony Davis was talking a little bit about it. He was saying he wouldn't comment on it after Favre did, and Favre was like, basically, he doubts he'll be back and playing in Green Bay this year. But I mean, it's kind of late in the season to kind of make a demand trade like that whenever you have a cap of $30 million or whatever. Even though you don't have any guaranteed money, I'm sure he's going to want paid something pretty well.
Definitely. Yeah, I think Denver would be a good spot too. I mean, they're built to win, so I think that's huge. And really, I mean, they may even include Bridgewater in that kind of a deal. So maybe Bridgewater would, think of that. What if Bridgewater got the starting gig in Green Bay over Love, and was thrown to Devontae Adams? That'd be pretty cool. I can only see that doing good things for his value. But
yeah, I was thinking that was a good potential spot too. They were talking about that during the draft as a potential move. Denver has the knack of picking all-time greats late in their career, and they won a championship with Manning, so that they don't have a problem trying to do that twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Right. But I mean, for Miami, I just don't see that happening unless they just overpay, which they have kind of like the Patriots mentality with draft capital and things like that. So
Jay Hauser, what up, man? Yeah, I think Bradshaw said something about Rodgers being like dumb as a box of rocks or something like that. I did see that. Yeah, I know Pat McAfee was like very upset about it.
Yeah, Bradshaw's been pretty wild with some of his comments on different things over the years. I'm surprised CBS hasn't pulled him off of the air or whatever because of different stuff that he's kind of went public about. But yeah, he has a point though. I mean, you have a contract, you sign it, live out your contract. Unless your team is literally putting the screws to you, where you're not starting, you're literally rotting on the bench, and you still got good years left, and or like for example, if Rodgers went to the bench after he was just MVP, okay, yeah, I understand him being upset or whatever, but he's not going to be benched next year, so like play it out, man. Like if I was a player, I'd want to play with one team, unless they're like, the Jaguars or something where they just kind of, tank or whatever, or have been bad.
They got Trevor Lawrence now, so hopefully that'll change.
Right. But like, you know what I mean? Like, unless a team basically is like the Pirates of the NFL, where they just kind of trade all their assets and never really do much, which there's not a lot of teams that really are out there like that. But you know what I mean? Like, if you're like one of the teams like the Packers, the Steelers, the Niners, the Patriots, those type of teams where they're always kind of in it. They might not be legitimate Super Bowl contenders, but they at least make a chance to get the playoffs or in the playoffs. That's all you can ask for as a player, is get a shot at the big dance. Like, even if it's a low percentage chance that you're in it, you're in the playoffs, but you don't even get a chance to really have a shot to make it all the way. At least you got in the playoffs.
Yep. Absolutely. He says Jaguars got sunshine now. Oh yeah, I didn't hear that part. I just heard what Pat McAfee was saying, like where he, I guess called him dumb as a box of rocks or something like that.
See, the thing is, like, he doesn't have any guaranteed money on his contract. Like, he doesn't have any of that. So for the Packers to keep somebody on and have to hear him cry and whine and start up all types of drama on it's not worth it. You know what I mean? And who's going to be petty to a guy that brought you a championship? You know what I mean? So,
dude, NBA and NFL are so drastically different, man. Like in my opinion, like this type of like scenario just doesn't happen in the NBA. You know what I mean? If like somebody's happy, they move, or dishappy, they just move them. You know what I mean? And like, I feel like the NFL probably needs like some kind of like something to help the players in that situation, but I mean, obviously not if they're like AB crazy, but if they're like genuinely like unhappy in a situation or something like that, you know what I mean? Like it just seems like it's a lot harder for players to kind of just voice their opinions and do their stuff over in the NBA or in the NFL as it is in the NBA. Hey, Carlos, what up? Good to see you. Okie dokie then, man. That was pretty awesome. Well, man, all I can say to that is cool, man. Yeah, send me some pics of that Bradshaw, and I'll definitely take a look at it and say what's up.
I love the left field comments from time to time.
It's like at first I thought it was real, and I was like, "Whoa, this is like even weird for me." And I do some pretty weird things.
Todd B says, "Let's talk Cavs. Wild Thing won 1.6 boards the other night. Time to sell."
Oh yeah. Wild Thing is the man. I'm so happy. Like we actually, Todd B, I don't know if you saw the very beginning, but we opened up the show talking about the GOAT. Oh yeah. Literally like one of the best days of my life seeing him. Oh, occasion. The DDB is not retired. It was just on a hiatus. But yeah, I agree with Jay Hauser here. He definitely wants to do what Brady did with Tampa. That's what I would do. You know what I mean? Like, he has a decent team already, though, and with the Packers. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, how hard is it going to be to find how easy is it going to be to find another Devontae Adams? Like, those guys just aren't on every team. You know what I mean? Like, he swaps places with Tua, minus 4 first-round picks. Like, he's going to not like those surroundings as much, in my opinion. Is there a 10-minute version of the DDB song? I don't know, man. I know that Kanye West has like a 10-minute song talking about poop. That's a real thing. And Nate listens to it every single day.
Negative.
And it's his ringtone.
Trying to see where Jordan Love got drafted. He got drafted 26 last year. Trying to see what receivers.
What up, Paul? Good to see you, man.
They could have got T. Higgins, Michael Pittman Jr., who had a pretty decent year for Indy. Laveshka, who was with Jacksonville, who wasn't too bad. Chase Claypool. Think of Aaron Rodgers with Chase Claypool last year. Like, that's what.
Too. I would very much like to.
Like, that's why. I mean, I could totally understand why he's upset. You know what I mean? Like, look what he did last year. MVP with no added talent to that offense. Defense was mediocre-ish, I would say. I don't think they were that good against the run as they were in past years. But they showed up when they needed to and everything. But man, like, you had a guy like that, or even if they would have traded up, 5 spots where Dallas picked at 17 and got CeeDee Lamb or Chase Claypool at the receiver position on top of Devontae Adams. Mm-hmm. I mean, they would have probably had a chance to win the Super Bowl last year with that, man. Even with the defense being a little on the, poor side than most probably would like.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've seen the Chiefs do it, with subpar defense.
I mean, the main thing is for playoff time is you got to have a pass rush which they kind of had, last year. They had some pass rush, pass rush and a good offense, and you can have a chance to legitimately almost win, possibly win the Super Bowl. Yeah. And you add pieces like that, you have a shot. But when you're in the end of the first round, you went deep in the playoffs the year before, and your first pick is Jordan Love, and you're like, wait a minute, he's only 36 at the time. He's like, wait a minute, why are they picking my replacement right now? Like, I probably would have been the same way. I mean, I can understand why Green Bay did it, because I would rather them do it now or, pick it early than pick it the year before, kind of like where Pittsburgh's at right now. But, I didn't expect them to pick a quarterback this year, honestly, unless like Fields would have dropped us or something like that, which he almost did. But you know what I mean? Like, you got to look at it, these teams, like, finding quarterbacks is tough, so teams are trying to pick them early, get them groomed, kind of had what Rodgers did. He sat for the first couple of years, 2-3 years, until Favre kind of got kicked out of town. But, it is what it is. But, I mean, if you have a team that's ready to win right now and, you have Rodgers towards the end of his, playing days, and he's playing at super high level and then got MVP last year, showed the world that, hey, he's still got a lot in the tank, and you did that to him, and then keep treating him that way in the offseason.
Yeah.
I mean,
good morning, John. Appreciate you being here, man. Yep, Jay Hauser thinks that Roger was already mentally checked out in that last playoff game. I mean, he could have been, you know what I mean? Like, he could have just, I mean, at least he didn't pull an AB, though, and just, like, straight walk out at halftime, But, I mean, yeah, I mean, who knows, man? Like, who knows what mind state Rodgers is in or whatever. Personally, if it was me, I'd move him. I'd move him for, like, if I could get Tua and 4 1s, I would have moved him yesterday.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
I will personally take him there on a private jet for Tua and 4 1s.
Yeah, you get that much draft capital, and his stock's probably not going to be ever as high as it is right now. He just won MVP. He's motivated to come win for somebody. He wants to be out of Green Bay, so it's not like he's getting forced out and he's going to be like salty wherever he's at. I mean, he gave demands of what teams he wanted to be on and everything. So you make the trade for him. You get a guy that, you know, just won MVP. You're going to get a king's ransom for the guy. Why not? You know what I mean? You drafted Jordan Love for a reason. You know, play to your guns, get picks, the build around him, and you might have a chance to win the Super Bowl or something with having. If you can win with a quarterback on his rookie contract, chances are you're going to be a Super Bowl favorite, depending on what your team is around you. You know.
Yep, I totally agree with what PMN is saying here as far as the '90s football rookies being way undervalued. I just think so many people just associate '90s with the junk wax era and don't really take into account that literally some of the greatest players that have ever touched a football like played in that era. You know what I mean? Like, I just think like in the long scheme of things, getting those cards in gradable condition, it's going to be invaluable in some of them guys. You know what I mean? Like, is there going to ever be another Randy Moss? You know what I mean? That guy was a freak of nature. You know what I mean? He did things on the football field that like literally no one will ever do. You know? So it's like, I think that they will go up in value, especially if you can get them in a gradable condition, especially if you can get like the short printed ones as well, you know, any kind of, you know, parallel or inserts and stuff like that you can find too. But yeah, I definitely think that stuff will definitely, because their careers are cemented already. And a lot of these guys are now due to either go in the Hall of Fame or, you know, have, you know, recently just gone in the Hall of Fame as well. But I like them if you get the right guys, you know what I mean? Because then there's some guys that literally just the hobby just doesn't love, you know what I mean? Like that's one thing I don't like about football. You know what I mean? Football is literally one of my favorite sports, but I hate collecting it. Well, I mean, I love collecting Steelers, don't get me wrong. But like it bothers me that like okay, so Jarrett Stidham, why was his card so much more valuable than Nick Bosa? You know what I mean? Like when they're both coming out, why is Jared Stidham so much more valuable when he's a bum? You know what I mean? Like coming out, like you probably even know in the back of your mind, there's a high probability Jared Stidham is not the next Tom Brady, but yet his card is like worth considerably more than Nick Bosa. So like, I hate that about the football market. Like I hate that. You know what I mean? Like there's a guy that literally could one day develop into like a defensive player of the year type candidate. And then you got another guy that like literally is not a starting quarterback, but his stuff is hotter. It just like that bothers me. You know what I mean? Like, and then the crazy thing is that guy turns into a bust and then his card's worthless. You know what I mean? So like we invest so much money into these players that are literally like so short-sighted. So that's like one of the things I really don't like about the football market.
Yeah, I've been so shocked that the football market is basically just quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Quarterbacks. You know, like Randy Moss, Hall of Fame receiver, probably easily top 5 ever to do it. You know what I mean? Was part of the undefeated Patriots, regular season. Accolades upon accolades other than a Super Bowl. He never won a Super Bowl, but he done everything else. I mean, highlight reel catches, records, I mean, the guy's done it all. I mean, just like you said, he's undervalued. But I mean, it's part of it. Part of it is just it's positionally just super undervalued. Mm-hmm. There's like almost like a wall that kind of is there. I mean, like Jerry Rice might be the exception because he's almost like the Jordan of it because no one's ever going to break his touchdown record. No one's ever going to probably beat his games played as a receiver or whatever that he had or whatever because he played to what he was like 44 or something like that. I mean, like, unless you're like the GOAT of your position or one of the GOATs that people would think of as, when they think NFL or something like that, if you're a receiver, you're not getting any type of love. And, like he said with Nick Bosa, like he was a top 3 pick, first pick or something like that a few years ago. And his cards were just like nothing, remember watching a break, and we were all excited about it. And then I went to look at the prices, thinking, man, that's got to be a top dollar card. And I looked, it's like $10, $20. I'm like, what? Like that should be in like a $200, $300 card easy. But it doesn't correlate into the same as it would with the NBA and stuff like that. Kind of the same thing with baseball with pitchers.
Yeah.
They don't get as much love. I mean, I can understand they don't play every day, but when they get on the field, they're the main key component of keeping the other team from scoring. So that's pretty valuable.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm not a big Wentz guy either. Like I believed in him last year, and he burned me hard. But luckily, I was able to pick up another quarterback on waivers and win one of my championship leagues. But this jerk over here dominated the other one with his broken-legged Dak.
Yeah, I'm just happy to be in the playoff run with that team I had after Dak ran and got hurt.
I know, dude. It's insane. We need to do that again this year, though. For Fantasy Football League.
Definitely.
So if any of you guys are interested in getting in a fantasy league, let us know. If we have more than can fit in one league, we just run multiple leagues. That's what we did last year. We had 2. So if anyone wants to get in on that action, let us know. It's a lot of fun, especially when you can talk crap to each other.
Yeah, we'll draft live. If you don't have a camera or something, you could just not, show your face. That's no problem or whatever. But it was a lot of fun just doing the draft and, just talking about it, whenever we do like shows like this and stuff like that and seeing how we did and everything like that, you know what I mean? And it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah, I agree with you, Paul. I mean, I think tight ends get like a lot more love than like defenders or like linemen. But I mean, like even like, for example, Tony Gonzalez, I sold off one of his rookie cards a few months ago. And it was like, are you serious? That's all this is worth? Like it was a Tony Gonzalez. Like in my opinion, he's probably one of the top 3 tight ends of all time. Maybe top 5. I don't know where you guys rank him, but I consider him pretty high up on that list. And his card was like literally worth next to nothing. It's like crazy.
Yeah, Tony Gonzalez definitely was, one of the best, without a doubt, man. Crazy.
But again, it just might be that time frame too, where a lot of people are just sleeping on it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the crazy thing, because if you can get a 10 out of a card from like the 90s, you're looking at insane value compared to like getting a 10 from like, say, like hoops this year. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be that big of a multiplier, whereas there's not very many 10s that exist yet from that time frame. So I just think that if you can get in on those players and those cards now cheap before like they start making it into the Hall of Fame, because anytime somebody makes it in the Hall of Fame, you always see a big bump. Like I'm expecting to see Kobe go in the Hall and see his stuff take a little bit of a jump here soon. So, you know what I mean? Like if you're able to get in on Kobe now that his stuff's starting to come down a little bit, now might be the time to grab him because he's going into the Hall and Michael Jordan's going to be presenting him and everything. So I think that it's going to be a big deal. But I think the same could be said for anybody that's going to make it into the Hall of Fame, even if they're not like on the docket to make it this year or they're not eligible. Like you literally just think back like, okay, so what are players that you know in your mind will make it in the Hall of Fame? Like maybe even in the next like 2, 3, 4, 5 years. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of players that had retired that are becoming eligible now. Also want to remind you guys about our Facebook group. Anybody that's not in it, we will do the announcements and everything for the fantasy league there, but we do our group submissions and stuff there as well. Anyone that's interested in sending cards to CSG, I'm doing a group submission for them that's shipping out on June 7th. So all I'd ask is that you would get any cards you want to send to me prior to June 7th, and I will pre-grade them, which like there's going to be a video on my channel soon, but I'll kind of make the announcement now. Nate kind of did this for his PSA submissions, but I'm doing the same thing. I went and got a microscope with like a little computer monitor and stuff on it. So we're going like the next level with our submissions. As of right now, we're at like a 55% gem rate, which means like 55% of the cards we've submitted come back gem mint 10. So I'm hoping that's going to go up. I mean, 55 is like pretty much phenomenal anyway, but I don't want to like miss things. You know what I mean? So it's gonna get a lot better from here for anybody who wants to get in. Nate does PSA submissions on his channel. PSA is closed, so if you're interested, they're opening back up in July. You will probably be taking submissions then, I would assume.
Once things get closer, I'm sure they'll announce it. I'll probably start, accepting cards probably like a month or a few weeks before, just so like I can get everything ready and processed. So when they actually open the floodgates, we could be one of the first in the door.
Definitely. Otoro, what up from New Jersey? Good to see you. I love New Jersey. Have you ever been to Atlantic City or anything like that, Nate?
Nah, it's always been something awesome. I wanted to do.
I love the boardwalk down there. It's so awesome. Yeah, I feel you, Joel. I'm ready too, man. I haven't sent anything to PSA in too long. I've been sending everything to CSG for the most part, but I had most of my like really good cards already sent in with Nate anyway. So like I really haven't ripped too many like really high-end products. You know what I mean? I'd say the highest end thing I've ripped probably since I've sent you the last submission is probably Select. You know what I mean? And that stuff I'm pretty much just going to hold until probably PSA opens up.
Yeah. I'm just glad that, they're making it sound like, they're going to open up in July and everything. So I just don't like how they kind of made it seem like they were like super caught up or whatever when they're not. But I get it. From a business standpoint, they want to make sure people are like, hey, don't forget about us. We're going to probably open up here in July.
Yep. Definitely. So Joel's asking, what do you think's going to hold better value, Prism Black or regular Prism? Which do you think?
Prism Black or regular Prism, which we think? I've never seen Prism Black. Is that like a separate set, or is that like a short print?
I know that like sometimes cards will be black if it's like a one of one. So I don't know if that's what he's talking about. But I mean, personally, I think base Prism is going to take a hit. You know what I mean? Like any, non-colored, non-variant. Like I think eventually, since it's going to be so overly graded, I think it may take a little bit of hit if that's what you mean. So like personally, like with my personal investments, I'm trying to take a lot of my base stuff and I'm trying to move it into, more parallels and like safer things. Like personally, I've been investing a lot lately in autographs and stuff like that, which I've actually been sending off to Beckett for autographs, just because the cool thing with Beckett is they only charge $2 to grade the autograph. So, I think that's a pretty good value, especially with them still technically being considered, I would assume, the second in the industry. It'll take me a year to get it back.
Paul thinks PSA is going to be over $50. I don't think so. I think they'll nestle probably right below Beckett. I'm going to guess they might go to like 30, 35. I think 50 is just, they would be kind of shooting themselves in the foot a little bit, especially when there's places that are, are a lot cheaper, like CSG is a lot cheaper. Dude. You got Beckett at 35. I mean, they made the market they are because they've always kind of been the best, cheapest option, you know what I mean, for the longest time. So going to 50, I think that would stunt a lot of their like regrowth of having stuff come back in and, and the market share, you know what I mean? Like they own the market share. If you go on eBay or whatever and you're looking for cards, you're going to find 1,000 more, a million more PSA slabs than you would anything else because people, they were always the cheapest. They're, what was our first submissions, like $10 to $15 a card or whatever? Our first ones we sent in or whatever.
Yeah.
And what was Beckett? Beckett was like,
thank God that's when I sent the Seikos in, huh?
Yeah, right.
Even though they're going to come back and the plastic's going to be worth more than the cards.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to be $50 or more. I just don't see that being a smart pull or whatever. I mean, but we've seen dumber things happen.
Dude, even like $12 a card right now with CSG, like that even changes up like what I'm gonna send them because, even like say I'd miss and get a 9 or something like that. Even that was easy to like flip and get $10 back to break even. You know what I mean? But now that I'm paying 12 plus whatever the cost of the card was, you know what I mean? That changes things. You know what I mean? Like I can't just prospect as heavy as I was, you know what I mean? Like where I'm missing on guys like Sekou. Now I need to be like a little bit more like dialed in, like, okay, I think this guy's gonna not suck 6 months from now or however long from now. I think that's gonna be a real big thing, especially with PSA, you know what I mean? Because I don't think they're gonna go back down to even like the $25 that they just raised to. You know what I mean? Like I could see them matching like a Beckett at like a 35 range or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't see them going like all the way back down because I think even at 35, people are going to flood them. You know what I mean? People are just so desperate to get their, LaMelo prisms and, all their, stuff they've been cracking lately. The new select Herbies and stuff. One thing, though, I could really see as far as, the submissions and stuff go is I could see them limiting how many that you can send. You know what I mean? Like, so I heard Northeast Ohio talk about this a few days ago or whatnot, but basically what he was suggesting is based on, if you're bronze, silver, gold, like whatever level membership you have, that equates to, like 50 cards per month or per quarter or whatever it is, you know what I mean? And then like you get into a larger thing to send larger amounts type thing, because the people that are sending thousands and thousands, they're probably already huge group submitters, you know what I mean? So I think that would be something that would probably be more tangible for keeping card flow, as opposed to going to like a lottery system like HGA, because I just think that there's a lot of people that are just like, screw that. I'm not going to waste my time sitting there for an hour to maybe not get cards in.
Right.
You know what I mean? I just do it because I can sit around and BS in either Paul's chat or Dakota's chat, and like everybody else is sitting around getting irritated, So, yeah, I mean, I could definitely see them doing something like that. I don't know that they will or not. Do you think, though, like he's saying, though, with the cost of submissions increasing, do you think the value of the cards that are already graded are going to start to increase?
I don't. Ever since PSA shut down, the market seems like it just went in kind of a stall. To me, at least. I don't know about anybody else. I think it went to a stall because I don't think as much stuff is being sent in to get graded. People are holding out or whatever the case is. But I don't. We haven't seen any increase based on submission prices or anything like that.
What up, Drew? Good to see you, man. It's a nice KD you got there, man. Picked up a Select Mega and a Blaster from Target. You think the prices of Select Wax will go up after all inventory is released? I do, because this is the first year for retail. So I think that's makes it a little bit special, but and plus the draft class is really good. You got those 3 really big quarterbacks. So like imagine even if just Herbert and Burrow are like big 10 years from now, like that's still going to be a big deal. You know what I mean? That'll essentially be kind of like the way I look at it a little bit is like the 2004 quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Imagine if you had like some Topps Chrome sealed, with like Big Ben, Eli Rivers, or like say 83 Topps or whatever with like the Marino, the Elway, Jim Kelly might even have been there. I don't remember, but you know what I mean? I just think that having that sealed, you're investing more so in the entire class, like even like the Claypools and the CeeDee Lambs and the Jerry Judys and those type of players. Like you're literally getting everyone. So I think it's smart to hold sealed wax. I really do, especially Select, Prism, Optic. Those are definitely phenomenal sets to hold on to. What do you think, mate?
It's anytime you hold, it's a little bit of a gamble. You know what I mean? Prices can go up, prices can go down. But the thing is with, those players have to turn into superstars. I mean, they had great first years, but, to get those prices to really go up, they have to, see the same thing happen, a couple times, a couple seasons or whatever. See them make a Pro Bowl, see them make a playoff run, and then you'll see those cards, tend to raise as the prices of those players go, because, you basically as you have wax, they basically think in their head, okay, there's a Joe Burrow, in there. So, okay, that helps the value. Then there might be a Herbert, there might be another player. So, it kind of stacks the value kind of like that. So the more success those players have over time, the more kind of uptick you'll see. And, it also depends on where the hobby's at too. You know what I mean? If it continues to kind of be like where it's at, or it kind of goes back into like the collector's paradise, as I like to call it, where like the market's a little bit down, but you're able to get cards a little more easier, you know what I mean, then the prices will go down. So it's almost like a stock market thing, man. You just got to kind of see where you're at with it, see where you're happy with it. But if you're okay with holding it long term, then that's not a bad thing either. The only thing with Select is they used to be straight hobby, where now it went into retail. So there's going to be more packs, and also it's definitely one of the best, top 3, but it's not the best anymore, because Prism is the chosen one for that set. So it's always going to be down some from Prism, of course.
So this is last question. You guys can ask as many questions as you'd like. We love getting questions. Then he's going back to work. Thoughts on event-worn, game-worn relics on card versus sticker autos, and jersey versus hat glove relics. Okay, so personally, I like the game-worn relics. Like new relics, I'm just not a fan of at all, because they have no meaning or significance to them. You know what I mean? Like the piece of material is oftentimes not even associated with the player now, which like the card will come right out and say like this has no like attachment to any specific player, event, or anything. So it's like literally I could take this toilet paper right here, rip off this tiny piece, and look at my Baltimore Orioles patch card. Like this is literally like the significance that they put to it. You know what I mean? Like it makes no sense to me, like how they've taken something which was like really cool in theory. Yeah. Like this is the actual jersey, that this player scored X amount of points in, or that this happened in, or this is the game it's from. This was the outcome. This is how many points they had. Here's their stat line. That was kind of like the beginning of it. You know what I mean? Like, so that's how it started, which is like amazing, because like who doesn't want to be that little kid that gives Mean Joe the Coke that gets thrown a jersey? Everybody wants to be that little kid that gets Mean Joe's jersey. And like, they made that realistic for us when they put out the patch cards, you know what I mean? Where everybody could get a piece of a real like game worn thing, you know what I mean? Which I love. Personally, I love the ones that are dirty too. Like I saw a Brett Kiesel one at a card show like last month that was like literally had dirt on it and stains. It was like the coolest one I've ever seen. But on card versus sticker autos, I definitely like the on card more. I think though a lot of the sticker autos you can get at a much cheaper rate, and I think that you'll start to see a lot more, in my opinion at least. I think autos are going to be something that pops, like especially for like the big players. Like for example, if you were to look up on eBay right now, Luka Doncic rookie cards. So imagine you start picking them up whenever they're coming into the league. You start grabbing these cards before they're like even huge. You know what I mean? Like obviously Luka right now is priced out, but those cards are going to be, in my opinion, a little more unattainable in the future. So I've been trying to really invest a lot into, different autographs of certain key players, because I think they're going to become harder and harder to come by, especially with like a lot of different. Luckily, Luka signed with Panini, and he didn't end up going with another company like some of these other guys. Like the fact that we can't get LeBron James or like Michael Jordan like new autographs, like that's like a travesty in my opinion. You know what I mean? So like at least luckily Luka's with Panini, so we can get his autographs for a long time to come.
Yeah, with the cards or the relics that have like no significance to being worn or whatever. It's one of those things where I'm like, Panini's just doing too much. They're hurting the hobby. That was one of the things that I thought was so awesome when I first got back in the cards again. That was one of the things I told people. I'm like, that's really awesome. Like I can open up a pack of cards and get a patch of a player worn jersey from this game, and maybe it was one of his better games for his career. Like say Pittsburgh got a pack of cards and he opened up an Anderson Verjao that he had 20 points and 20 rebounds in or something like that. That'd be his like career game. Like for a guy that loves that player, you know what I mean? Like he would love that card. That card would be so much value to him more than what he probably paid for it. But getting patch cards that they may not have worn this or whatever, I think that's stupid. I don't value those at anything. You know what I mean? If it's game worn, it has some value, of course. Sticker autos, they're so mainstream. But if you can get a auto that is hand signed, it's going to have, I think, a little more value long term. That's for sure. Versus, the stickers. But the stickers are everywhere now. So, I think that's part of the reason why you don't see a huge difference between price of like an on card versus a sticker.
What's up, Pat? Man, my man Pat D's pops in right at the wrong time, too. Excuse me, man. I'm going to go get rid of this. Great to see you, Pat, though, man. Been really enjoying them Subway videos. You got me hooked on that kid, Malad or whatever his name is. Like, literally, I sat there the other day and literally watched this dude make sandwiches for like an hour. I was like, man, like, you got me stuck in one of them, like, show holes. Jay Hauser says, I don't want none of that game worn TP.
Right.
Yeah, me either, man. Here, let me go to a more comfortable room for you guys. There we go. We're in the living room now. Yeah. Relax on the couch. Take you guys outside, show you my neighborhood. It's real nice. That may or may not be a dead body over there by my shoulder. I haven't decided yet.
Looks like one of the alleyways in GTA.
Hey, no problem, man. And like I said, guys, feel free to ask any questions you want. Like we love doing this weekly show because, like, literally we just hit the live button and we talk about whatever you guys want to. But I think we're going to get ready to wrap it up because I'm pretty sure Nate, if he doesn't have COVID, he might have to go to work. I don't know. What's you have to go to work?
No, I'm home until we get results back. Hopefully I get them back today so I can figure out what's going on with Ohio if I'm going or whatever. So, yeah, hopefully Rite Aid gives me a call here shortly and can help me out here so I can come have some fun. And for a trip that we planned, 2-3 months in advance. And, yeah, COVID.
Dude, like, meetups are not nice to you, Nate. At all.
They're not.
Like first time we were going to have a big Pittsburgh meetup and then COVID hit. Like literally as we were going to have the meetup, COVID's like, hey, we're just going to shut down the world. And yeah, that sucks, dude. But guys, do me a favor. Keep Nate in your prayer just to make sure that he doesn't have COVID and that he gets to feeling better. And hopefully ends up at the Cavs game watching Anderson Verjao dominate Luka Doncic.
Yeah, I would way rather do that.
I can hope. I'll be up in the signs holding up my PSA 10, pop one, Anderson Verjao, like he's the GOAT. You know what I told Marty? I need to get a Flavor Flav chain and just have like my Verjao dangling from it. Like that's kind of where I'm going right now. There may or may not have been a parade up and down my street when I heard he got re-signed.
You probably were dancing from the top of the mountains.
What's up, Johnny? Thanks, man. I appreciate that. They actually did that.
I dropped the link for the auction Sunday. Make sure you click on that. Hit the reminder. This way you don't forget to come hang out with us. And also subscribe. I'd definitely appreciate it. We always have the auction bounce back and forth between my channel and Pittsburgh's channel. So don't want to miss it.
Also, guys, I got another announcement. Guess what's coming back really soon? Everybody's favorite, Slabs or Cash. What? As soon as we get to 3,000, we're doing Slabs or Cash again. That means that I'm going to get a whole bunch of my graded cards, and I'm going to put them in envelopes, and you guys can pick them and either keep the cards that are in them, or I'll pay you whatever they sell for on eBay. So that's going to be a really fun giveaway. Like, I really enjoyed doing that last time. So can't wait to do that for you guys again. We make it kind of like a little game show live, and it's really fun. So I'm looking forward to that. Yes, next Saturday, Hartville. Can't wait for that, man.
How far of a drive is that?
It's probably like 2 hours. They have a pretty good show out there. I missed the last one, but I saw Northeast Ohio's vlog out there. Looked like they had some pretty good stuff. A lot of those guys, too, are the guys that do a lot of stuff over in Canton. And the Canton sports card scene is so on fire right now, man. Like, it's like, it literally, like, you know how much I love being from Pittsburgh and everything like that. But, like, literally, that scene over there makes me kind of want to head over to the other side.
Yeah, it is night and day different.
Dude, and even just like the way like people like react to like content creators out there, you know, is a lot different than the way it's handled here in Pennsylvania as well. But again, like we kind of went over it, like there's been a couple people that have larger channels that have kind of soured some of the local scene towards it. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I mean, the good old Commonwealth always trying to screw us somehow, I guess. Huh?
Well, at least they did one thing right.
Right.
But yeah, it is a lot rougher out here as far as shows go and stuff. But man, there's a show this weekend too. Todd, if you're able to get over to Youngstown, it's today, Saturday, and Sunday. I think it's the South Park Mall. I'm not mistaken. It's definitely at a mall in Youngstown, Ohio. So I'm going to probably hit that up tomorrow morning on my way out to Cleveland because I'll be in Cleveland all weekend. So any of you guys in Cleveland, hit me up. Going to the Cavs game. It's going to be sick.
If I can't go to Ohio this weekend, I might definitely have to try and sneak out to one of them shows out in Ohio.
Dude, the shows are legit out there. So Johnny says, what system do you play GTA on?
I actually play on my computer, and I play on Twitch, so I'm going to drop my link for that real quick.
You know what's funny about that? I was literally just talking to Marty the other day. I was like, oh, dude, Nate's live on there. You know what I should do? I should download the game, and I should roll up on him.
Sure, you could, dude. I'm about to start playing on a different server, which you don't have to pay like money to be on or whatever. So
yeah.
If you want to play or whatever, I'll tell you which one to join.
Dude, I literally was ready to drop $29 just to like roll up on you when you were live. But I was like, dude, I don't even know what server he's in or how I would find him or anything. You know,
there's like a million servers to jump on because like how it works is actually download the game like through Steam or whatever and buy it normally. And then you have to download an app called 5M, and then it has a bunch of custom servers that people make, and some big people like John Paul. He does GTA content. He plays on a server called No Pixel. It's supposed to be like as real as it gets. Like that's why it's called No Pixel. Like it's not a video game. It's supposed to be real life. And you know, he has like 150,000 people watching him at any given time. And he streams for like 12 hours at a time. But it's just fun to play, fun to watch. You know, I watch it when I'm not playing sometimes. You know, if you come hang out there, we can talk cards, anything. We don't have to just do whatever. So if you guys are bored and want to hang out, get over there, hang out with me. Just make sure you hit the follow button. You'll make sure you'll get the notifications when I'm live and stuff like that. And I appreciate you.
Yep. That's his Twitch over there, guys. And if you're over there on Twitch following him, you might want to follow me too. I think I'm just Picksburgh over there. Essentially, I stream a lot of stuff to multiple platforms, but I also do sometimes play games and stream that because I have one of those El Gatos that I got for Christmas. Thought I had it laying around here somewhere, but like, so I can like literally stream stuff like a lot of like the big video game YouTubers do. I just hardly ever have the time to play because I'm like trying to put a video out every day. So like majority of my time is like spent like twiddling hours away in Filmora. But I totally want to get more into gaming. You know, watching Nate do it and like just relax and stuff like makes me want to do it more. So
yeah, definitely.
I have a PC that's capable of it too. So like that makes me want to do it more. And plus I got my Switch too, which I have hooked up like through my computer as well, so I can stream that as well. So
I think it stinks. I lost my NBA 2K21 through some nonsense, so
really?
can't even play that with you right now. Yeah, one of the kids that happen to live with me now or whatever. They took the game with them to school and they lost it. So
that sucks.
I have to buy a whole nother game to even play that with you now. So. But I need to get a PS5 or something, especially since I'm doing a lot of gaming and stuff.
Is PS5 better to game on than a PC?
Well, I mean, I guess I could just play everything on PC, I guess. If I did, I'd probably have to get a controller because I'm doing everything with mouse and keyboard right now, which with GTA, you're better off with mouse and keyboard. But, playing basketball and stuff like that, I'd rather have, oh, yeah, for sure, controller and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. I probably would too.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. I probably should check. I should probably see what other games I can get into.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see, man. Some different content and stuff. I was actually thinking about too for one of my members only streams, just doing like some gaming and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Where I find like some kind of platform that like anybody can connect to, kind of like how Fortnite, it didn't matter if you were on a Switch, a PlayStation, a computer, or like anything. Find something like a game that anybody can like log into and play, and then just like do that in some of our like member only streams. You know what I mean? Just hang out and shoot the breeze type stuff.
There's Warzone that I know multiple different things can connect to. Like if I'm on PC and say you're on like Xbox or whatever, we can all play together and stuff like that. I know that works like that. I'll have to look into that. That's actually a good idea.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, dude. Especially if you're wanting to like relax and play some games anyway.
Yeah,
it's always better when you can like hang out with some friends and play together type stuff. So, any of you guys are interested in that, we'll definitely be probably sharing about that either in videos and in our Facebook group. So make sure you guys head over there as well. But yeah, I think we're gonna get ready to shut this down because I got a few things I got to get ready to go out in the mail for today. But I definitely appreciate you guys being here. I'll be back with a vlog of some sort tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be of because I'll be traveling to Cleveland all morning, hitting a show, doing a 24-hour stream over on Deafness 45's channel. And so I'll be in Cleveland. It should be awesome, fun meetup weekend. Hoping that this bearded wonder across from me will be able to come with me. But if you got the COVID, stay the heck away from me because I don't want none of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I really hope you get to come because that Luka game is going to be something special, man.
I know, man. That's I mean, like the whole package was super awesome to be a part of. You add it all together. Like going to the game is awesome by itself, but adding in the card hobby and just hanging out for a whole weekend and doing,
Plus, you get to see me in my bathing suit at the hotel. I mean, like, there's probably going to be paparazzi.
All right, that's one downside of going to Ohio.
It's like, everybody, give me your COVID, hurry! Cough in my beard. But I definitely appreciate you guys. You'll definitely see some fun this weekend. I'm not entirely sure what we're getting into exactly, but it's definitely going to be a lot of fun. You're going to get to meet a lot of friends in the hobby. So definitely stay tuned for that. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hopefully you take